I love the art.
I think the art is fantastic.
I love how it really doesn't feel like much of what's out there.
This game doesn't look like any other game. Really, it doesn't look like any other game.
I don't think we could have had a better artist for OXENFREE.
I'm Heather, and I'm the lead artist at Night School Studios, and my job basically consists of figuring out what we all want everything to look like, starting from the concept and then basically finishing it until what you see when you play it.
I think this was a really cool opportunity for her to not only just do a portion of the game, do all the art in a game and create her own kind of whole world.
I was just really excited to work on something that I would have so much ownership over.
Heather, how'd it feel to be a lead on a game like this for the first time?
It's kind of like running a marathon and then someone hands you this baby and they're like, congrats, you're a mom. You're like, I don't even have a crib, what do I do? I was more used to just being told, make this, and I'll just go into my corner and I'll make the thing. I'll get feedback and make the thing better. And this cushiony layer was gone.
Dinner time. It's never too late to make dessert. Not anymore.
What the hell is this?
Do you want to play a game?
Just the overall concept of it, it really made me think of when I was growing up. I spent a lot of my summers in a really small town in Oregon, so I'd spend a lot of time just wandering around in the woods or on the beach. And I would just come across, weird, dilapidated stuff that had just been forgotten. It was really exciting to be able to do like a nice love letter to that memory that I have.
Okay, that's a little strange. Why wouldn't they lock it? I mean, somebody should have locked it.
Maybe there's no need?
Heather's art is kind of very darkly playful. It is soft and pleasant to look at, but at the same time, when things get scary, they do get scary and it gets kind of weird. I love cute, fluffy things. They're a big part of my life, but I also need a nice angsty outlet, and this game has been perfect for it. That's where all of my brooding nature goes into this game. It's not a clash of styles, but it's like this blending of kind of a fairy tale children's book, but at the same time, just this adult complexity to it. The original stuff that we were referencing was kind of cartoon saloon stuff. The Secret of Kells and Song of the Sea. They're just so gorgeous, and they have this really interesting way of dealing with perspective. Eventually, as I learned more about the characters, like as Adam started writing the script, the nature of the concept to me was becoming a little darker. So I started looking at artists like Cyrus Wong. He did a lot of Bambi work, but his work outside of that is so amazing too. He just has a really amazing way of hinting at things rather than, I'm gonna draw a tree, so draw every single branch and every leaf and all that. He just had a really nice way of hinting at that. It was like really subtle, and that is kind of the way that we deal with what these teenagers end up encountering. So it was kind of challenging at first, since everything was taking place at night. Like, how can I make that look more interesting? So I ended up actually just going back to my memories. Fall is gorgeous, so why not have it happen in the fall? I started looking into coniferous trees versus deciduous trees, and I was really fascinated by golden larches for a while. They're these really amazing pine trees that just turn bright gold colors, and they're all along the Northwest, so I'm like, sure, why not?
This is like a genuine forest.
Want to turn around?
No, I'm just saying this is like... it's pretty sprawling, that's all.
Yeah, I've always liked that word. Sprawling.
There are definitely a lot of challenges in terms of how do we show them where to go and what's climbable and what's not. That was a pretty big challenge for a while because I like to paint things pretty subtly. Like, that's what I enjoy doing most. There was a lot of, we can't tell where you're supposed to go. So I'm like, okay, I'll just, there's a giant brick road here. And I'm like, no, it can't be that obvious.
Doors that open themselves have been like a really bad thing in my experience.
Oh, really? Even automatic doors like in supermarkets?
Well, I got my elbow pinched in one of those one time, so yes, even those.
And I love how the characters sit in the landscape. I use Photoshop. We actually did have a discussion about do we use Illustrator or Photoshop, but just based on the fact that
We kind of wanted a more traditional look to it. In the very beginning, it was really tough to make the characters look like they belonged on top of those Photoshop paintings, because there's really nothing else 3D in there except for the characters.
Like, one of the biggest tech challenges actually was making that really stylized art feel in the controls like an actual place that you're moving around in, because it's all 2D, right? But it's supposed to feel like it's a 3D space where you can move farther back.
Hey, that's Clarissa!
Clarissa, hold up.
The amount of times that I've said something crazy that we should do, and she does it the next day and makes me look not as crazy as I am.
I was so excited about it, and that usually ends up turning out well when I'm excited about something.